It's really come green around here. Morning everyone, TheJhonnyMan here, and welcome back to Nelly Creek Farm here in real life. A few things today. First off, before we begin this video, please do give it a like. Please do hit the like button. I've got a lot of things to go over today. We've got sheep work, we've got mustering, we've got tailing. I'll do demonstrations of all of those and some other things too. So it's currently mid to late August around here on the farm here, and well, as you can see, everything's come green. The yard there has become a little bit overgrown, but then that's because we've had other accommodation off farm. Now today, we're going to be driving the Kubota today and see what fuel she needs. It's rather cold this morning. Oh, she let out a little bit of smoke. Stick her in reverse. Bring her over here. I'm just going to back her up to the workshop here. And we're going to check the tyres here. That one's good. Yeah, a little bit pushy on the tyres, but nothing too serious. I reckon they'll be alright for today. Alright, that's fueled up. Now we're going to go join Dad and the gator on setting up gates and then go and catch the sheep. Whoa. Now that is a whole maze. We would get the rider mower in here to cut it all, but... Hold on. As you can quite clearly see, we haven't gotten round to it. Alright, that should hold. Look at them, all lined up out there, having a good old time. Whereas we are out doing proper work, farmer Kubota. Ah, I love the smell of wildflowers in the morning. Right, we're on the way again. If you look up there, you can see that it's all yellow. This time it's not those different other flowers that are technically weeds. These are just truly wildflowers around here. They tend to grow on the sides of the road and also in the fields that we don't have a crop in. Beautiful things they are. Bring charm to the place. And that's another thing too. But August, September and October are the best times to be on Nelly Creek Farm. Or at least, in real life at least. Got water in the creek. You might think that this is a lot of water, which you gotta hand it, it is. But I remember a long time ago when me and my pop, we would go doing the trough run, and all this creek here was flowing, and I'm talking rapids. One of those things you'd see with those rivers where they run after a dam burst or something. That's what I saw, and that is how this creek got mostly all those rocks along the creek bed there. People often ask me, why do we not have motorbikes? Well, it's a simple question, and we'll get to that later on coming up. up the hill there is a certain gate, which we might go to later, depending. Now we're going out to find the sheep, which are in this paddock. Last year this paddock went to a little bit of oats up the top contours there, and then we had barley in the next one over. And of course you could still see a little bit of self-sown barley around here too. The trick is, when you go to find sheep, you follow the same tracks as the side-by-side in front of you, which brings me back to the question. The reason why we use side-by-sides is motorbikes are noisy, they're dangerous, they don't have rocks like these things do, and they do not have seat belts. Many farms around the world, they experience a lot of accidents, especially when it comes to things like four-wheelers and two-wheel motorbikes. In our time, we had 5 motorbikes. 2 little Honda 50s, which Pop would put on his Land Rover, had a special thing fitted to it. Then Dad would go through 3 aboard having his accident in 2015, in which he couldn't run the farm by himself anymore. He couldn't manage it on his own. And to those people that live on stations and have much more acreage than 10,000, well, when you jump a fence, especially in a little motorbike, and you break your elbow, your upper arm, and your shoulder blade, and you have barely anyone to help you, it's hard even managing the home block here, which is 7,000 acres. It's difficult, and ultimately that's the reason why, well, I can't say any more or I'll spoil the next coming videos. So now we're crossing another part of the Warramini, Stony Creek. This is not the same crossing as I crossed with Big Green in that extremely long Kelly chaining video that barely anyone watched. But it is still part of Stony Creek. Runs around the corner to the centre of that paddock. And yeah. Bushes. Oh! Shout out to Welcome Farms, who has to deal with their kosher crisis right now. We've got our own version of kosher out here. They're called double G's, and they just keep growing, even in paddocks like this. That's the reason why, if you've watched my short videos, links will be in the description, you will find that there's been a lot of footage with a lot of the same footage of a seed cleaner in the background of the little footage that I took during harvest. That's because of these things. The pricker bushes are not good whatsoever. They choke out our crop, they get into the grain tank in the headers, and they put out a bad sample. The only things that don't not like double G bushes are black galahs, or black cockies, I should say. And well, they're migrating elsewhere right now. Ooh, can you see what I can see? Green. That's a crop over there. If I remember correctly, that's either devil or havoc. Wheat crop. One of our 2,000 acres of wheat that we've put in. And don't worry, we fixed the fences all along there so the sheep can't get into it. Or at least I hope they're not in it. That would be bad. We've got little white things over there. and they're big. Oh, more work for me to do when we tail them. Do you reckon we should expose the lambs to the horn button? Maybe not. Hello, little lammies. How you doing? Oh, they're big buggers too. Oh, the size of them. Look at that. They're big. Fun fact, our sheep are twice the size of regular merinos when fully grown. And the size of the sheep right now, the lambs, well, once they get a little bit older, oh no, someone's got a little bit of a crouching issue. Size of the lambs right now, they were back about 30 years ago-ish, they were the size of weaners. See that lamb over there? That's a disease and disability for sheep we call lupus. It happens with double G bushes. If a lamb steps on a prickle, it disables their front legs a little bit, so they crouch and they have a little bit of a difficulty walking. Not much we can do about it, but I suppose what we can do is give that lamb a little bit of medicine to help him along, ease the pain a bit. Yeah. I'm so tempted to press the horn button, but I reckon we'll steer clear of pressing the horn button rapidly like I did last time. The trick is with sheep work is when it's just ewes or fully grown lambs and you've managed to help them learn the road, they work a little bit faster. But when you got little lambs like these, the trick is you got to move a little bit slower. Yes, it may take a lot longer to muster them, but it helps the lambs keep with their ewes so that they aren't separated and we get a bunch of orphan lambs who have lost their parents. And this also helps them keep close to their parents if they've got lupus like that one over there does. I really do want to give them assistance. I really do. Because I mean, I got a seat right here, but then yeah, well, that is reserved for humans and maybe a dog. We'll see what we get. We'll see what we can do about getting a working dog 1 or 2 years down the road. Let's try and keep together, please, girls. We don't want any ewe or lamb left behind, and I'd preferably like you all to stay together if we can. Come on, Shirley, Barbara. You're holding the mob up. Come on, let's go. Dad said that he's gonna go check the paddock. They're just gonna take the sheep on a leisurely stroll this direction towards the yard. When we get up to that corner, I'll let the sheep take a break. Lambs can have a drink. I'll have a drink it because I've got the 100% recyclable water bottle down there. And yeah. climbing over to the other side of the creek there. Come on, Barbara, Shirley. You two, Jess and Jill. That's it. Come on, you four. I like to give the sheep nicknames, even if they don't stick and we sell them. But it's nice to give someone a name to get them to move. But alright, once they all get across, I'm gonna need to find the vehicle crossing and then get across there myself. Right, so a little bit of an update. We're nearly back at the yard. Just need to get them through the gate that opened earlier, and then later on I'll explain our methods, the reason why we mules, and some things that are right and not right. Come on, little lamb. Would you like some help? Nothing much we can do for him. Come on. Would you like a hand? I can give you some help. Right, so come on little lamb. We're trying to get the sheep through the gate here. We're gonna take them across the Warrameni Creek up the laneway into the sheep yards. Then we're gonna explain the process of mulesing, why we mules our sheep, and what would happen if we didn't, and if we don't do it properly. Come on, lambs. This is no time for mucking about. And no, you cannot climb through the fence. Fences are there for a reason. They are not for you to climb through. Come on. There we go. No, you must not climb through. Oh my god. Well, the lamb has been given a VIP escort. And I've educated a few lambs on not to headbutt the fence, because that would not be good. That's just giving the lamb a little bit of a lift. We'll reunite him with his mum when we get to the sheep yard. I see they still haven't fixed the holes in the roof. You want to see an Aussie impression of an Aussie explorer thing? Alright, here goes. And here the brave TJM family is navigating through the forest of weeds that have erupted in the shipyard to try and get to the gate. And we continue to make our way through the Nelmara Farm shipyard forest as we try to navigate around to the wild beasts known as Nelly sheep. What is this? We have found the rare species known as the Nelly sheep. Over in the 300 dozen or something like that. I have no clue. So today we are landmarking. What does that exactly mean? Well, here we've got a whole bunch of lambs. You are now YouTube stars, sheep. And basically we're landmarking them today. This is so that we give them their tags. We also put rubber rings around the rams so they become our wethers and do not breed with their parents. Yes, I can see you in the background there, ewes. And we also,
It's gonna take me a while.
we also, usually cut the tails off too. So how exactly does the cradle work? Well, Dad's standing over here and he's putting the, he's given the lambs their, tags, and also skipping their ear. And also putting rubber rings around for the ram lambs, which are born with balls. He puts rubber rings around the balls, and this time round we're also putting rubber rings around the tails themselves. This way there's no leakage of blood and much more painless for the lambs. Yeah. And these things here are used to hold the legs in place so the sheep do not try to escape when the process is happening. Are you comfy in there? Keeping in mind that this cradle is also designed to have lambs sit comfortably in there, and it also gives them a different view. That's what the lambs would see. And yeah. This way the lambs don't exactly bleed on their backsides when they've going there. And as you can see straight afterwards, the lambs go to join the ewes over there. And there's also different kinds of markings for different kinds of lambs that Mum has just said. So say for instance, when we've got ewe lambs, say for instance, basically if they don't have balls, then they're girls. And if they got balls, they're boys. Basically, we give them different markings for different gender of sheep. Now here is what we call a fly-blown sheep. Could you please turn around so we could show you your backside? Yeah. That's good sheep. You can see on their bum there, they've got all that muck and stuff. And that's what we call being fly-blown. Basically, if we don't tail the lambs, being fly struck, which can be a disease for sheep, will get a hell heap harder to manage if we don't cut the tails off. As you can see, Dad has just finished crutching that ewe over there. You can see all that grey stuff on her back. Basically, with being fly blown, if we don't treat it enough in time, it can spread up their back, causing, well, that. Obviously, there's also a bunch of blood and stuff too. There's nothing much we can really do about that. Off they go back to the main shipyard. G'day everyone, TheJhonnyMan here, and welcome to our 5-stand 1960 something shearing shed. And today we are back on the farm here for lamb marking part 2. So down there you can see a bird's eye view of the marking parlour. Obviously out there you can see the sheep out there. We've already drafted the lambs. Don't worry to those watching at home that care about the animals. In the previous video, I didn't exactly show them being boxed up back together, but don't worry. We reunited the lambs with their mums the night before, and now we've drafted them off again, ready for tailing, and then we can let the ones that we have already marked with the ewes back out to munch on all that green stuff out there. Speaking of which, here they come now. We're letting all the ewes and the lambs we marked yesterday out, where they will be joined by all the other lambs, which you can hear in the background, after we mark them. Right, so a little bit of a progress update. Hello sheep, it's smoko time, and well, we forgot the cups, so Mum's sending me up to the house, the ruined homestead, to go and fetch some, which we'll take to the other house where we're currently staying as well. And well, because I'm headed up to the house to get the coffee cups, I'll give you a little bit of an update on the 1968 destroyed homestead. Yeah, it's pretty much stayed the same. We haven't exactly cleaned up here because the insurance company has, well, this is the case for everyone in the Midwest, not just us with destroyed homes. All the insurance companies, they've barely done anything about it. That was until just recently when we've got people over there coming to fix the shed. So let's see what the damage is. Yep, the same as ever. Yeah, you can really see the boards, the roof boards that were up there. It's no longer safe to go into the lounge room, that's for certain. And if we look, the whole hallway's come in. Well, we've got a bunch of lambs up there, and we've got a bunch of ewes and lambs the other side, and sheep everywhere. Basically, we've finished tailing the lambs. May have taken a bit too long than we expected, but no matter. 420 we did, and they're all done for this mob at least. I see the sheep have spared the hay bales. Right, this is going to be the end of the video. What do we say, sheep? What do we say? Yeah, the sheep all say like and subscribe. See you all later.